there can only be one Todd. Michael Todd or Todd Hutchings. July 9th, Monster Factory. Big super match. I'm really interested in this one. First of all, let's start. Todd Hutchings has been on a roll. He's been, kicking ass since his last loss, that was 2021 to Hajimurazaluyev. After that, he's been just on a roll, just destroying people everywhere. Michael on the opposite end. Michael has been on a 3-match losing streak with his right arm. So right now, I think it's a time to turn it around. Last year they had a practice, which was one of my favorite videos I have ever watched from practices. It was just pure craziness on table. Both men believe they can win. Both of them, from that training session, from everything they know about each other, believe they can win. So with Mike, it's never an easy match. It's almost never an easy, flash pinning him for every round. You'll get stopped eventually. You will have to work. How much? That depends on a lot of things. Todd Hutchings, stylistically, in my opinion, isn't the best option. Usually, guys that deal best with Mike are top rollers that climb for a higher position and then can finish with a press. Most likely, Todd will end up in a press with a lost hand straight away. The thing is, he doesn't mind to be there. There's a lot of guys that feel uncomfortable when the hand is taken away from them and you have to really jam, everything you have behind that side pressure. Todd lives there. So for him, it's not a big deal. I think, for me, the interesting part will be, will he try to get height advantage? Because with Mike, if you slip down too much, you're kind of blocking yourself from getting better position. Todd Hutchings usually leaves his hand outside his shoulder. Like if you look at Revas lost the top roll advantage straight away. Like from the round 1, he was surprised that Mike was so good at containing him that he just dumped his wrist, get into the press. He's so tall and he got it behind his shoulder, so he was in this kind of good position. So here you have more everything. Everything is tighter, everything is closer. You have more power from this position. As soon as you go outside, you're kind of relying on pulling. As much as you're still pushing down, you're still pulling. You're relying that your back pressure, your angle, your pronation, everything will hold up and will not get open. So I think if Todd Hutchings can get his shoulder behind, his chances of winning that match just goes up exponentially. Both men can pull for a long time. I don't see Mike just going down, and I don't see Todd Hutchings just going down. If I was betting man, I would put money on the first round will be a huge war. If Todd Hutchings can, bring so much power that he can drive through, I think he will win the match from the round 1. If he has enough power, just pull through Mike, which is very hard to do without getting that height position. When you are lower versus Mike, it's very uncomfortable position because you're gonna get stretched out. Weirdly, yeah, like I said, Todd loves it. Todd, sometimes he's like, fuck your hand, he'll just be in that position and he's really strong there. Mike, we have seen a little bit of older Mike. The table and the pads can change this. If the pads are longer, you can go further back. It helps Mike tremendously because, he can pull way more Hutchings out of his position. But if it's standard, I think it's an interesting match. For me, it's 50-50. Even though Mike is a heavyweight, just what we have seen from Todd Hutchings and the positions he can pull, if he can get his shoulder behind, I think he has a good chances of winning this. If he gets pulled out, gets in some positions where he cannot access the most of his strength, and his side pressure is just ridiculous. I don't know what would be the strategy, what would you guys think? Because Mike usually starts his matches with a press. Very rarely he will go for a top roll. I think with Rebus, he went for that top roll. With Todd Hutchings, because you can end up in a hook and you can end up really deep inside where you don't want to be, because Todd Hutchings can have all the upper hand. But Mike likes to test himself, so I see that, I see it as an option. Really interested. It's going to be free on Monster Michael Todd YouTube channel. I'll post a link in the description. Check it out. And many more matches that are in high interest in arm wrestling community and for me too. This one, I'm really like 50-50. It's very hard to figure out who I will pick as a winner. And because I think both guys have their means to victory. And Mike has been on a losing streak, and that doesn't do good things to your head. I think he has more to prove. I think he has, he wants that W really, really bad, but so does Todd Hutchings. So I really can't wait. It's free. Monster Michael Todd's YouTube channel, link is in description. Watch it, and we will see who's the one true Todd. Stay strong. Love arm wrestling.